I'm Oteli. I'm a scientist, yes, and I'm happy to be a husband to this beautiful lady here, and we thank God for being here today. Yes.
I'm Oteli. Yes, I'm also a scientist, so you can imagine where we met. But don't imagine, because it's not the way maybe you're imagining. We are 21 years in marriage, yes, and I can say it has been nice staying together.
It started way back in 2000, around August. We were on a holiday, so I went home, and when I was home, I was really in need of someone whom I can call a friend and whom I can share with when I'm maybe in moods and everything. So one day I was walking on the road, just from our home. There is a road. We are just adjacent to the road. So when I was walking down from down where the bridge is towards our home, I saw two ladies. They were coming. So at a distance they turned, and in my heart I saw there is a lady for me, that one. And I didn't know her very much. Then I met my cousin, whom I asked, I've seen two ladies, but I will describe to you, maybe you can know. So my cousin told me, who that one, I know her. Then I told her, okay, I will send you to come and say that I saw her. So my cousin said, oh, it is nice because today we are having a crusade, and she's among the people at the crusade. So if you don't mind, you can come. So I said, I will come. But when I went there, I was just looking at her. I didn't say anything. So that day went, and I told my cousin, did you introduce me to her? She said, yes, I tried, but now she doesn't know you. So she said, if you are interested, can you make an effort of getting where she is and knowing her more? So I said, now where? And I didn't know that she was on a field attachment in a certain hospital at home. So my cousin told me, if you are interested, very much interested, then you can go and meet her at the hospital. So I was like, hey, this is an exam. How will it be? So I said, as a man, because I'm interested, I will go. So I went. There is a day I told my mom, Mom, today I will walk to the market far away at Miseho, our place called Miseho, the market where she was working from, because the hospital was there. So I went there an evening. I timed the time that she would be leaving work, because I asked my cousin, at what time could she be leaving? At around 4, 5. So I went there. By 3 I was there waiting. Someone that we have never interacted. So, but I now, because I went at the crusade and I knew who she is or how she looks like, so I was timing at the gate. So when she left, I started following her behind. And now when she was walking, I adjusted my speed so that I catch up with her. So I met her and I told her, I introduced myself, and she said, okay. Are you the one that so and so talked about? And I said, yes, I've come. And this is me, the way I am. So she said, okay, now we can walk as we talk. So we walked for a distance. Then I asked her, why can't we bought a car so that we minimize this journey, because it is long, so that we can get from ahead. So she said, yeah, we can. So when we alighted at a center, that is now the time I capitalize to introduce myself to Kurusha Mistari. And we walked towards her home, because it was towards her home. So on the road even we met my father-in-law, her dad, who asked her, and now today you have brought us a visitor. So I was like, now, me, I don't know them. So we are just getting to know each other. So then she said, yeah, that day I have a visitor, but we are, okay, so you go home. If you are going home, I will meet you. No, he was going at the market center where he used to spend time. So, and that is how it was, and I asked her to be my friend so that in future we can know what to do. Because I was interested in her. And she said, okay, I will see.
When I saw him, I thought he's actually serious. Because, by the way, we come from the same village, but surprise, I had never recognized their home. I used to pass there, but I never knew there's a home like that place. So when the cousin introduced me and she was saying he's interested in me, I was doubtful. You know, when you are having some, we always have expectations. So I was like, I really want to be very sure the person you are talking about. That's why I told her he has to make a very serious decision to come and meet me so that I can actually actualize that he is really interested in me. So when I saw him, one of the things that really came in my, I don't know what happened, I don't know whether it was a vision, I cannot explain it, but I saw like we are walking together and we are holding a baby. That is what a flash in my mind, it just came something like that. And I thought, this God confirming. There were so many who were coming after me, but this one was a confirmation. So that's why when we kept talking and hearing from him, I felt like he's the right person. Yes. Yeah. So I accepted to move on.
But I really mentioned to her that you are my girlfriend whom I want to develop relationship. Then eventually you become my wife. Yeah. So I just what I told her. I told her that now I want you to be my girlfriend, but a friend. Then we can develop a good relationship that we can stay together.
Yes, I agreed. I thought it was too fast. In fact, at some point I used to tell him, did you use something on me? I was wondering how it was too fast for him.
After that, I came back to college, and because she was in the field, so that period, the semester, she did not come. So I was in Nairobi and she was at home, but we kept on now communicating through letters.
Letters.
Us, we did not have mobile phones. So you write a letter, you post, you wait, because you know now you count 7 days after you have sent. Then after that, she reads, then she will take maybe another 7 or a month. So communication was there through letters. But now during holiday, I think the holiday, when I closed, I went back home during Christmas. There is when now we met again, and I asked her to come and know my mom. I did not even want to say that come and know everybody. We have a father and a mother and everybody. But I asked her, why can't you come? Then my mom will see you to know that I have a friend. Then she agreed. She agreed. She came. So when she came home, I saw now this is a person who has now accepted to work with me. Yeah.
I think I got confidence from the cousin. We were very close. We were in the same church. So we were in the choir. We were in the same choir with her. So we really used to interact a lot. So I hung on her strength and we went with her. So it was quite something that was so comfortable. There were there was nothing to worry about that time, at that time, because there was somebody I was hanging on. So yes, and the mother was also so happy to see me because she knew my family. I said we came from the same village. So she knew my family so much. So she was happy to see me, that we are in a relationship with the son. Yes.
The next stage was that because since I met and she was also in her second year, now going to the third year, I said now we will keep on in touch, but you have to finish college. I've also to finish, then we get employment, and after employment is when we can talk about marriage. Yes. And I promised her one thing. I told her that one thing that I want you to do, I want you to finish college, you get a job. I know you will hustle, but I will be patient. Then do your hustling. Wherever you will go, I will still be with you. I'm not deciding anything else. But I want you to do something for your mom or your dad, because I know you have been promising that when I finish school, when I go through school, I will bless you with something. So I gave her time. I said, you hustle, so I will be patient. And we were patient, because I was patient for 3 years. After now knowing her and introducing myself and showing my interest, I was patient for 3 years. Just now meeting and talking, and knowing now what next until now. But before even we went to come that now we decide to be together. I remember this one day when she came back to college, I asked her to take her out. So I also left the college, but funny enough, in my pocket I had only 300 shillings. Now I was wondering, I'm taking the girl out, how are we going to survive? How will I treat her? She understands. So I took her to a certain hotel, then we took light lunch. What is the amount I had? Then guess what? I took her to Uhuru Park. That is where now we sat. I now spoke as a man. I gave it all. Telling her whom am I, what I own, and I think that was now declaring my wealth.
And what you don't have.
And what I don't have. So I declared my wealth. First it was that I don't have a house of my own. So if you visit me home, whatever I house you is my brother's house. So we didn't have, and I told her, I don't have even a mattress. I don't have anything. So when you come home, you will sleep on the floor. So are you ready? Because these are poor man. And the way I was looking at her, she comes from a family where her dad was a head teacher on a school. So a respected man. And I even asked her, have you ever been hungry for a day? Have you ever slept hungry that you don't have food? And she said, no. So I said, my God, now how am I going to handle this? Because I asked her, have you ever been hungry? No. Have you ever slept on the floor without a mattress? No. Hey, now you have gotten a man who has nothing. So that's, I sat her, I told her, and she got even emotional. And I said, now why are you emotional? I'm now grown up and I'm facing the world the way it is, and I know it is promising. So I assured her that what I'm giving is a story I know I don't have now, but believe me, I will have. I will build your house. I'll buy you mattresses. You will eat. You will not sleep hungry. And I don't know if I've made my vows.
Yes, the things he shared were very deep, by the way. In fact, he has not given everything because it was deeper, what the life they had gone through as a family. So I really felt it, thinking that I have never seen that in my home. But one thing I want to thank God for and thank my parents and my siblings. I come from the family of, we were born 12 of us, 6 sisters and 6 brothers. So my 5 sisters were already married. I'm the youngest. So I got from them, they used to tell me, get married to a person, not a home. If you look for a home, you may get married to a person who will not be able to manage whatever they have. So it did not really bring me down. His story, I thought he's very real. So it did not bring me down. I understood him, though I really had empathy. I felt like, oh, okay, so there are people who go through this and I had never heard about it. So it drew me closer to him and I felt I'm at the right hands. I had seen my sisters also who had gotten married, and some of them had gotten married to homes that were not really, they have everything, but they had built themselves together with their spouses. So I felt like I'm ready to go. Yes. So I was completing school. That was 2001. Then 2002, I went around now to get a job. So when I got a job, my desire was always to do something special for my family, for my parents, just to say thank you to them. And another thing I admired was just to rent my own small house, just do some furniture and inside and just sit and feel this is Becky's house. So that was my desire before I get married. So it did not have any problem with waiting, because I was just achieving whatever I had set, my goals. Yes, yeah.
One thing that made me feel happy and trust her more and walk with her is when she accepted the way I am. You know, there are ladies that you will talk to and say, no, I come from this life then to this one. No. But because she accepted me, I said we will work together. And we kept on. There is a time she said she had gotten a job. She's trying to go to Turkana. And I was like, now if you go to Turkana, will I meet you? Because this is a time that we don't have mobile phones, remember? We only have letters writing. And now you are going to Turkana. How will I dress you? How will I dress you? How will it be? So I said, but even if you go, because I'm also born again and I believe in you, I will just trust that all is well. So if you get a job, you have my backup. So you go, but I will support you. While she was trying to apply for that job, another one came up.
Yes. No. My daddy was not for it, for the Turkana thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I really pushed for it. I wanted the job. But back in his mind, he was like, this guy is going to Turkana, she may get a partner there and get married there. I don't know what made him think that. I think Turkana is too far. That was his thinking. So he was not declining, facilitating my travel, but I didn't know why. So one day in the evening, Mom calls me in the kitchen and tells me, Becky, Daddy doesn't want you to go to Turkana. He thinks you will get married there.
Yeah, it really made me happy, because now I saw that like my prayers have been answered. And now because I saw that maybe she will go far, is now the time I had to plan. I think that is the time we planned that mom visits their home for introduction, so that they know and the family knows that there is a man behind her, that she's no longer just the single the way she is. There is someone who is eyeing her. So I sent Mom and her friends, they went there for introduction. So Mom went there and talked to the family. Then they said, okay, you have come, we know your family, we have come from far, and we would like also to see the young man that you are talking about. He should also come so that we know him. So that was around 2000, yeah, 2000 around August. And in December, I now planned to visit, to pay them a visit. So I looked for other, I think they were around three guys. One was older to speak for me, and another one was my cousin, a young one. So I asked them, why can't you take me to a home that I'm seeing a lady there? So let's go. So we went there. They really cooked for us and they welcomed us. So we had a very nice time. So after that, I said my intentions that I want to marry, I want to be a family member. So my in-laws, they were like, my dad, okay, you have come, you have introduced yourself, and are you ready to take care of her? I said, yes. Are you working? Yeah, lucky enough I had gotten a job. So I was working. So I told them I'm working, yes, and I will support her the way it is. So they said, no, she's still young. We are still taking care of her. So I said, it's okay. I'm not in a hurry. Let her get a job and we will plan our plans. So another year now. That was 2002. And now she got a job. Same time.
2002 November.
Yes. 2000, you know, now when mom went, she wasn't working. She was now looking for a job. But now in November, she got a job. I visited December, so she had gotten a job. So, and I said now, because you have gotten a job, and as I said earlier, I want you to work, then do something for your mom, appreciate them, and your parents at large. Then we will plan for our wedding. In fact, I said it is not going to be a big wedding, but we will plan for a wedding or a party. In fact, it was a party.
Yes.
I don't know if you have heard about a party, but there is a party. People talk of a party is not. They used not to call it a wedding. It's just something small, which says that we are, but is somehow official. Yeah. But the way we planned it, it was a wedding. God made it a big wedding in the village.
In the village. Yes. Now planning the wedding, we are in the village. Everybody knows both our families. So when we put it open like this, the people could run around with things. Saying things, especially there was somebody who came to our home and told my mom, your daughter is getting married to a very poor family. How will she survive? So my mom, I can say she was so wise. She told her, the man could be poor, but God has blessed me with land, and when they get married, they're all my children. They become both my children. So we shall take care of them as our children.
It was nice of my mom.
Yes, so that's what she said. She answered the lady, and therefore I think things now calmed and we went on. Though we had financial strains in planning, but I can say God provided. He provided whatever we needed at that point, because the wedding was in the village and our home to his home is a walking distance. Yes, so things to do with the transport, the vehicles that were available to carry me and carry him, the other people remaining. So it was just like a village thing, a village ceremony. Yeah. So like everybody was participating in it. Yeah. And it became just unique in that way, because much as we did not have much finances, but God just did it in his own unique way. Yeah. So yes, we got vehicles at least to carry our maids and to carry us. And even the border, that time the border had started being there. So people were just sitting on border, so they were in front, vehicles following, others walking besides us. And it's like we are buffered between.
Yes.
So it was a nice, yes, we planned, but
God did it.
God did it.
That's what I can also add, because of my financial capability by then, and you know you are planning for a wedding. It's like everything is on you. But I asked her, we will plan together, but whatever that I get, just accept. The way you accepted me from the word go. So I think I got about 3 vehicles. There is one vehicle that my cousin gave me. He said, now, Mike, because I have known you and I know who you are, I've given you my vehicle, you fuel, then use it. So he gave us even 3 days to the wedding. So it used to run here and here, what we need. Then there is another one in the village, he had just bought his car. He said, now you will fuel this one. So you have 2. One is yours, another one is for the bride. I said, okay, you have given me 2, I will just fuel and we go. Very early in the morning, we happened to get another car, so they were 3. So I said, these are enough. This one can just go and carry whatever they will bless us with, the gifts. It was a pickup by then. Then the one saloon car, it will carry the pride and maybe the team. And the another one, it will carry me. It was a Suzuki. So, but surprisingly, she has said how God works. When we were just about to leave our home to go and pick her, another 4 vehicles came. I don't know how how God sent those guys to come. They came.
One from
So
her workplace.
one from her workplace and other 3 from friends. So they came. So I had 7 vehicles with a motorbike. So when we went in our home, we had a fleet of vehicles, and it was so nice.
Our first years in marriage, we got to know each other. It was about knowing each other, and one of the challenges we had was that we were in a distance relationship, because I was working in the countryside, he was in the city. So the most important thing was about communication, and remember, communication is letters. So it's not about the phones. So it was quite a challenge, but we pulled through it together, because we made sure anytime he got an off or a holiday, he used to travel. Anytime I had an off or something, I had to travel. So we sustained our relationship that way, although there were challenges that came on the way, even as we were just in those first years of marriage. In fact, in our first year of marriage is when I had conceived, but I lost the pregnancy. Yes, so it was quite a hit to us. Being the first child, you know, you are really looking forward. You are looking forward for the baby, and even the people are expectant. They know that you just had a wedding. Africans, you just had a wedding. You are counting within a year. We should see a baby. But then we lost the baby at 5 months. I always say that I wish I had the information I have now. I could not have lost it, because it was just because of pressure in pregnancy. So that's something that made me wonder, I'm young, pressure, where is it coming from? Now people think of stress, think of maybe you are not getting what you wanted maybe in marriage, that's why you are losing it to hypertension, yet it was not, it's just a condition. So that was the first hit to us. It really hit us. Remember, I am in the countryside, he's in the city. Yes, so it was quite a challenge to us.
I know challenges are there in life, and when now in the first marriage and we lost the first pregnancy, I took it as is God, is the will of God. I even encouraged her to come. You know, when people are expected, you expect anything. And because this challenge has come, I still remain your husband and I still love you. I will not take it and blame on you or blame on anybody. We know it has come as a challenge and we pick it the way it is. So I do not feel like I marry somebody who cannot hold a pregnancy. No. So I told her, yes, this one has happened, but we expect for best. So the second one also, we tried the second one, and we were very much now expectant the way a man is, and I'm looking at her belly, it is growing, and I was happy. But she can explain more.
Yes, in fact, the first pregnancy, it was quite a very dangerous state that I went through. It's a condition called preeclampsia. It's hypertension in pregnancy. It generally comes during pregnancy. So in the first stage, I went up to preeclampsia. You know, it's called preeclampsia, but when you faint, it now becomes preeclampsia. It becomes preeclampsia now. So I fainted in the house alone. He's away. I thank God.
That was the second.
The first one. The first one. One of my sisters, I was living in the same town with her. She just woke up and felt like she passes through my house to check on me. Then she gets and comes and gets me down there fainted. So that was the first experience. So kupelekwa hospitali, in the hospital, I saw just expression in the doctors. I knew the baby is not breathing anymore. So the baby was removed, buried. Then when I was so scared, I could not think of now getting another pregnancy. So I was working in a hospital. I am a medical lab scientist. So the second one now, the doctor decided that every day he would be checking my pressure. So this is something, maybe I can say this just for sensitization. Pressure in pregnancy, it should be detected by anybody. When you see you are gaining weight, especially in a week you are getting even 3 kgs, it should set an alarm to you. So for me, I was gaining weight, but people thought he's giving me a very good care. He thought I'm growing fat, but kumbe it was preeclampsia.
Yeah.
So the second pregnancy, it did not come early. The pressure did not show up because I was checking every day in the morning. I report to work. The doctor was on me. He followed on me because that's the facility I was working in. But then at 7 months, I just woke up in the morning. He had traveled home. He had come there was this holiday in June. So he had come, the holiday fell on Friday. So he traveled and reached on Friday, and we spent time together. So on Sunday, he traveled back to Nairobi.
She even escorted me to the bus.
To the bus, yes. Yeah. So I came, and that Sunday evening, I'm still working because I see my days are still, so I could not take leave. So Monday morning, I wake up, I prepare my breakfast, preparing myself to go to work. Then my same sister who came and saved me the first, she comes in the house and she just says, something told me just to pass by and check on you. So I said, I'm okay. I know you are so scared because of the first experience, but I'm well. So I prepared myself. She said, now we can now live together. So as I went to pick my bag, I felt pain in my belly and I could not walk. My legs became numb. I did not understand what I was going through. One thing I was so sure is that I was not in labor pains. So she tried very fast, took me to the hospital I was working in, but now our facility did not have equipment to handle some of the things, so they had to refer me to another hospital. So they took very fast. They took me to another hospital very fast, and the way I was feeling, I knew it is not well. So when I arrived there, I told the doctor who checked on me, I'm not well. This is not labor. But nobody could understand me. I think preeclampsia has something that makes people not understand you. So they could not understand. Looking at myself, I have turned pale. I am white, pepper white. I feel like I'm losing blood, but it's not, I cannot see. So they kept giving me time. According to them, they thought when they give me time, I may get the baby. They think it's labor. So they even gave me lunch. You can imagine from morning. So it's lunchtime. Nothing has been done. So I was given even lunch. They are waiting for the mama to go into labor and bring the baby, for the baby. But then when I just took the first bite, it came out, and the pressure made blood to just come out. So that was an indication that made them to rush me to theater very fast. And yet the things were already out of control. So the baby had already died. I had a condition called placenta abruption. So the placenta separated from the uterus earlier. So I was bleeding internally. Yes. So, and also I had another one called placenta previa. So the placenta was on the cervix. So the baby could not come out. That's why the blood was concealed in the abdomen. So I went in shock. So you can imagine he had traveled just the day before.
Yeah.
He has arrived in Nairobi.
I just landed in Nairobi. Then the following day now, they are telling me it has happened.
Yeah.
It was so painful because the first one, even the first one when it happened, I was in Nairobi. I was at work. So I'm being told, I'm called by the doctor, you are supposed to be here to sign the document. Your wife has been taken to theater. And I'm like, how like it home? I was home, I have spent, she was in the hospital, I have discharged her, now things have happened. This second one, it happens again. I'm not there, I've just traveled back. Yeah. So it was so painful, whereby now you could share with somebody and you start crying. I remember there is a day I was on a bus, sat with a lady, and this lady could not understand me. When we started conversing, I was crying. I was in tears because now I'm like, what is happening? Because now she lost the first one, she has now lost the other one. But through God, we are healed, we are here.
Yes. But one thing I can say is that he was so supportive. Many times when mothers lose babies, we have a group that we are supporting each other as mothers who has gone through hypertension. So we get stories, and you see somebody has been left by the spouse because of that, and it's not somebody's. Nobody can desire to go through such a, but he was here with me. And I remember one time after because I was done CS, the second one, because it was 7 months. So when I woke up from the theater, the thing that was in my mind was that I may never have a baby. I thought, ukikatwa the uterus, you cannot conceive again. That was what had been recorded. So there's a doctor who came, and I think it's very important for the medical personnel. The things you speak encourages people. This guy came and he told me, you are young, you will conceive again. It really rekindled my hope. I knew, kumbe, I have not lost it all. So we went through, and he was so supportive. We stood together, and one day I asked him, what if we don't get a baby? And he told me, tunaweza adopt. That was the best time of my life, I thought.
Yeah, I was just supportive. I knew even if we don't get, we said, yes, I will do, in and out of season and everywhere. So I was supporting her in all ways. And even when the doctor told us, after the second child now getting lost, he told us we stay another 5 years so that we attempt to get a baby. So imagine we got married in 2004, January. We have come all our way. We are losing the second one, 2007. And the doctor is telling us we stay another 5 years. That was now to 2012. So we are like, now we are going to take another, this is a long journey. And I told God, why can't you intervene and do something? You shorten this period so that something might happen along the way. And thank God, you know, when you are a believer, God works in his own ways. When I was at work, a colleague came and I said, hey Mike, you have gone through situations, and there is a Kaina who can take your story and see how he can assist you. And she had came to Nairobi. So I told her, why can't we visit a Kaina so that we see if he can take up our situation and see what can happen. And it's true, the Kaina, when we visited the Kaina, he was positive. And I told her, we have been told to stay for 5 years. Now, what is the way? Akasema, no. I want you to try. It was around November or December there.
No, it is October.
Around there. So he told us, no, I want you to begin immediately to look for another baby. She has not even healed. Now, how can it happen? But we took his word. So he put her on medicine.
Medication,
on medication. Then I think it was now to
yes, it was. No, it was 2007 September. You remember the CS? It was done in June. So it's 3 months, and the guy is telling me you can conceive immediately. We start a journey. So that was another hope build, and we felt like we will not.
In fact, he was saying, growing of the baby and the healing of the wound, they are two different things. They can just go together. So yeah.
So he took up. With a lot of, I can say, courage and all that. So we started before conception, the clinic. Then immediately I conceived, he picked me up, medication from first day until the time. He told me, anytime you feel like you want the baby, provided he's grown, we shall remove the baby for you. So he gave me a chance to choose any hospital in Nairobi, because they were having a clinic on Ngong Road called Afya Royal Clinics. So they did not have a hospital, but there were specialists that came together and they were doing those services. So I chose a hospital in Rongai, and now he connected me to the gyna there. So when the time came, the pressure still showed up the last 2 weeks. So when it just showed up, I went to the hospital and told the doctor, please, just remove the baby for me. I don't need to wait again. So the doctor was so cooperative. She did the CS, and my firstborn came in 2008 November, a baby boy.
During the time of Barack Obama.
Yeah. And then immediately after that, now mothers with hypertension, we were told we cannot use any hormonal planning methods for family planning. So in the event of trying different methods, then God just allowed another pregnancy. So we got the girl, which is another very long story, because I went through a lot of things. The baby had to be removed at 6 months with 1.3 kgs. But we stayed in the nursery. One hope that I got from the nursery was that every time, because it came at a time when she had to be fed through an NGT tube, because she would not breastfeed. They said when she breastfeed, she would lose weight. So they put an NGT tube, but we were told that every time you go to feed, you have to go and remove whatever she had taken, weigh, return, then add, so that it doesn't choke her. So every time I was going to check whether she has digested or not, it was just air. That is a testimony from the nursery. She was digesting after 2 hours.
A very tiny girl.
Yes, and that's how now she grew the weight. The weight came, and at 1.7, the doctor called me and said, Mama, I have seen you are able to handle the baby. I want to discharge you, but now go and stay indoors so that nobody should see her, because even the BCG had not been given because of the weight. So we went, and God has walked us through. We held each other. I can say, you can imagine the boy was just 1 year.
Yeah, it was 1 year.
And this one comes 1 year and 3 months.
Yeah.
Then this one comes.
It happened simultaneously, but we were able to handle. But before even she came out of the hospital, and now the girl was in the nursery, there is something that propped up after 2 weeks.
Yeah, a week.
A week. Yes. After a week, she started bleeding again. And this one hit me so much. I'm having a boy at home. The house help has run away. She asked you to go home, and she went. She didn't come back. So I'm nursing this one at home. She's in the hospital. I should check on her. Now this boy, I should feed him. I should wash clothes. It wasn't easy.
Okay, honey, I love you. Thank you for staying truthful. Thank you for staying by me. And I still love you. And let us keep thriving even as we move towards God's promises, I know that we shall finish well. Yes, you have been the best husband. Thank you. We are the Otelis, and this is our love story.